Hi everybody, it's Melissa and welcome back to another Sims 4 Bad Build. Today we are working with a fantasy series called Dance of the Elements by author Deese. Now this is a newer fantasy series, but it's all about like dragons and like political intrigue and like trying to be number one. I really love it, and I thought I should be like the first person to do a let's play for it. I mean, I guess I didn't look up if anybody else had done a let's play, but it's a pretty new series. Like the first book, Ignited, which we're mostly going to be playing off of, came out last year. So I'm pretty sure that I got this. So we're going to be having a few builds coming up that are dealing with like creating like the buildings and everything that we're going to be using. I'll do a create a sim video for the couple of characters that we're going to be playing with, and so I want to introduce you guys to the first building. What we are working with is the arena. Now this is the place where like this is the social life of these people in this arena. Now this is cool. There are people who are like slaves. They have like the power to like wield fire, and they're forced to fight here in the arena against like other fighters, dragons. I don't know if they fight against other creatures as well. Maybe. I think there may have been some mention. I'm not 100% sure. I was mostly interested in the dragons, real talk. So that's what we're working with. So we are building the arena where they come to have all of their fighting. So basically what it is that those who like have like these magical powers like bestowed on them, like they're made to like serve those who don't, because those who don't have power, you know, are still somehow the people in charge. I'm never really sure how that works, but that's what we're doing. So one of our characters is going to be this little girl Kay, who is actually stolen from her home, and she lives here in the arena and is being trained to be a fire dancer, and she's actually like really strong. And they'll take kids from like really young ages to train them up to be fighters when they pretty much grow up. So you saw me like working on a little training area there in addition to the main building. So for the main building, I have created my stadium seating. You see like those tiered levels. That's going to be where all the seating is. It is very frustrating that we are not able to make like round buildings, because this building is actually a dome in the book, but I'm trying to like work with it by using like the balconies and decking to the best of my ability. In addition, we don't really have like huge grand doors either, so I just use like stairs and some like spindling to create an entrance to the arena. Now I really, even though like we don't have the huge grand doorways and everything, I do love the spindles. I actually did like a Disney princess like playthrough when I lost all of my builds because I record on Xbox, and I guess they were like, oh, she's taking too long to upload these clips and do anything with them, so we're gonna delete them. So I had actually done Moana's home like for my Disney Princess Let's Play challenge, and I lost the build, but I do still have the building itself. So I will do like a little tour of the houses that I built for my princesses a little bit later on, but some of their houses are heavy on spindling. I love it. So I made a grand entrance for the people visiting the arena, and the one in the back there, I made that one for the dragons to be brought in. So I'm just trying to use whatever we have in the game to make our little simple dreams come true. As well with these stairs, there's not a lot of ways to really customize the stairs too much in this game. They're all blocky, they're all in the way. Like Sims, we can't figure out a spiral staircase in like all the years that this game has been popular. But I tried to just like make it so that every area was accessible without the stairs like taking up place in the actual arena or taking up space in the actual seating areas. So pretty much I'm gonna have the Sims come in and just go straight to their seats. You'll see that I actually put up a wall between the stairs and the arena. I don't know, what do you call that, like the fighting floor. It's not an octagon, it's not UFC, but it's something. So from the Windenburg and everything, like they had like these really cool glass windows that I love so much in the story. It is like they're like the people who have power, they don't just like fight for entertainment. Like there are other slaves who just do like things like they cook, they have access to fire and everything, and like they can make things from glass. Like for those who don't know, glass is pretty much just like heated up sand, melted sand. And I liked the idea that not everything made from glass in this world is all just like clear and pure. Like there are other like kind of designs that are more gritty and everything, and I feel like these windows are really perfect for that. There's another build for this Let's Play where I use these windows again more as like privacy windows for like bathrooms and such. If I start using these windows too much, please let me know because I will use them forever. I love them. Look at me being so attentive and trying to make these windows fit. I always set up my building that it's just like one off. Like Sims, real talk, why can't you do it so that the window has an option for 3 blocks, 2 blocks, and 1 block? Like, why do I have to choose? Okay, why can't I just have everything? So I spent so long putting in those windows in the front of the building, and I actually end up having to get rid of them toward the end, but I liked that I got to use them at all. So another thing that is great about the world that we're in is that like I'm keeping everything kind of simple because like the main currency of this world is like water. So I've chosen to put it in I don't know what this neighborhood is called, like the desert neighborhood, because their country it's just in the middle of the desert. There's not a lot of water. Water is scarce. It is highly treasured. And they're the people who are like on the top of like the political party, while they have like generally a lot of them have like some of the most water, like nobody has a swimming pool, you know what I mean? So while there are like they have like some fancy things and everything, like they're also pretty modest and live a pretty conservative life as far as material things go. As far as wielding power with knowledge and like corruption, no, they are all about that. They have no qualms. So as you can see, I am using these medieval chairs from the Windenburg pack to create my arena stadium seating. I'm not going to make you watch me put in every single chair, but you'll see in the next few moments how I fill up the arena. It was a bit tedious to put in every single chair, but I really like those chairs. They look really good. They match the aesthetic that I was going for, and they turned out really well. I'm trying to bring in a little bit of color here with the banners, but I mean, they're okay. Yeah, see? So I am, as you can see, I am trying to create some little roofing. this area here is the barracks where the fire dancers live. They're not allowed to leave the arena if they've not bought their freedom. And even in the book, like, we do know a fire dancer who was able to buy their freedom over the course of their career, but he still lives in the arena. I don't know if that's completely by choice, or even though he's free, he can't leave. I'm not really sure. Somebody asked the author, Deese. But as such, they live a pretty menial life. So once we really get into decorating the barracks, you'll see that it's pretty much just somewhere to sleep. You have not seen me work on the actual roof of the building, because the little bit of the roof that you're able to see just there, I was very unhappy with, and I ended up demolishing it. And as you can see from the title of this video, like, I really struggled with the roof. Like, I always struggle with the roof on any build, but this one in particular was like very frustrating for me. Canonically, the roof of this building is a dome, and without being able to make an actual circular building, domes are kind of pretty hard to work with on this game, especially one that needed to be this big. Actually, on my Disney Princess challenge, when I made Jasmine's home, the home was small enough that I was pretty successful in creating the domes to go on her house. Like I said, I'll do like a tour video of that later. Right here, I am decorating the little training area. So you can see I'm using that little like Cub Scouts or Ranger Scouts. I don't really know what the game calls it, but basically Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, whatever, trophy to put like little flames in the game, because it's not common that our fire dancers or our people who can wield fire are able to create their own fire. They have to manipulate and grow fire from another source. But our main character, Kay, she is so strong. She actually is somebody who has the rare ability to create her own fire. So I put torches in the training area and in the actual arena so that our fire dancers have something to pull off of. I love these little street lights that the game put in. I don't know why the post isn't working, but aren't they cute? So, see, you can see all of our little stadium seating. It's filled in. It looks good, right? Like, don't you want to be a part of the crowd? But yes, these street lights, I like them so much. Like, I'm always trying to find a way to use them. Oh my gosh, like, they came out so good in my Princess Ariel's house. Like, ugh. So I love them. I want them at my house. Like, everybody just put up some lanterns, okay? So I'm using a lot of natural light because this world is set in it's not set in our world, but in their world it is set in a time where, like, technology, as far as we've seen in the series so far, is not incredibly advanced. There are people with powers, so they just enslave the people with power, and people who can wield fire are not the only type of people. Like I said, it is called Dance of the Elements, so you can bet there are people who can wield various elements. What you see me building at this point, you can see I've used the basement tool there. I am building the catacombs beneath the arena. So the dragons live beneath the arena, and they're brought up for the fights. And I really wanted to add it, not because I have a way to put in dragons or anything, but because actually today the author AMD, she released like a little novelette, like a little side story for the character who's going to be living here during this Let's Play, Kay. So the second book, Submerge, comes out in a few weeks, and I guess to build up like some hype, she released like a little side story to kind of complement the main story and get readers excited. So I know I'm really excited. I went ahead and purchased my copy, and I will be reading it this week to help me put together all the rules for our Let's Play. And so it looks like the character's quest has to be like, Kay was, like I said, she's stolen from her home, and so she wants to like try to escape and get back home. She doesn't want to be a slave, right? Who does? So and she is going to be going into the catacombs to try to make this happen. So I said, let's go ahead and do the catacombs, and maybe like part of our Let's Play can be like she has to maybe like fulfill certain requirements and everything, and every time she does, she can open a door in the catacombs and, you know, slowly make her way to the exit. So I don't know how to make a maze or anything, so we just tried to make it like good enough. I'm using those stony arches to like make it look rustic and everything, but I did put in some of like those secret like bookcase doors and everything to like hide exits and entrances, so we can like lock them for her, and as she fulfills requirements and everything, she can be strong enough to push through and try to figure out the maze. I don't know if there's any real solving to this maze. I did it randomly. I don't know how to make a maze. I am not smart enough for that. We're just trying to get it to the point where it's like fine enough, right? So that's what we're doing. And we could use secret bookcases. I always forget about them when like I'm doing a build beforehand, and then whenever I remember them and I want to put them in my Sim's house, they're always like, oh, you're not in the detective like profession or something like that. And I'm like, oh yeah, like that's a thing. Like, when is that going to be done? Never? Oh well. But I think the catacombs turned out alright. Like, what do you think? So as you can see, I have placed those torches now in the arena, and we are going into the barracks for our fiery slaves. So there's nothing really too special about the barracks. We're just going ahead, putting in like simple bedding, simple tables. Like, this is just some place for them to rest their head and get ready to train again, because that's all they do. Like, that is their purpose, until they can take another purpose, hopefully, right? I don't know yet. We're only one book into the series. Right now, where I am in the book, they're still slaves, so we'll see what happens. So anyway, but I love all of like the windows that came with the Windenburg pack. Like, while like everything, you know, looks like pretty like European and like German and everything, they really worked out with this aesthetic well. Like, I love the latticed windows. I want them for my home. It wouldn't match. I live in Florida, but how cool would that be? They look good. Like, why did we stop doing that? What, people wanted to see through their windows? They wanted to like see like the sun and the trees and birds and all of that stuff? No, look at crisscrossed wood. What are we doing here? I need to stop. But there's our barracks anyway. Oh my gosh. So here is me trying to do this terrible roof. It just did not happen the way that I wanted it to happen, but I got it to where, you know what, it's not even fine enough. I got it to a point where I was like, I'm happy to never mess with this roof ever again. I may tweak it a little bit as I get ready for the Let's Play, but as far as the recording, I got to the point where I had spent literally like an hour and a half just fooling with this roof, demolishing it, trying again, demolishing it, trying again, and it just didn't work out the way I wanted it to work out. The roof itself is too big. A dome just wasn't really gonna work too well with this, but we tried. And I really wanted to insist on the dome roofing, not just because like that's how it is in the book. But like, look, like once you put some dumps together, like it looks kind of good. Like I want to shrink the building so that that's good enough, but it cuts into the walls and does all this stuff. Like it just doesn't let me have what I need to have. And but most importantly, like look at this. I love these glass roofs. Like I love that the game put these in. Like I think it was last year. And once I take out the ceiling for like the cement ceiling, like I just can't wait for the sun to hit the glass and just cascade that beautiful print onto the arena floor. That is always such a great effect for me. Like I want every house to be a greenhouse, but I don't do it. But as such, in this Let's Play, you'll probably be seeing a few glass roofs, and that'll give me a chance to practice. Like I just need to be practicing on roofs all the time. So I mean, what do you guys think? Terrible or awful? Which, terrible or awful? Put it in the comments. So anyway, I tried to kind of add that what is it, like half-hipped roof, I think is what it's called, to maybe give it a little bit more dimension, but it didn't really work. But I'm also like leaving it in. Like I think that it helped, but it's still like not great. You see what I mean? Like I probably could have thrown in some more of the hipped roofs, or maybe some other little small domes. You know, now I'm thinking about it, we're gonna try again before the actual Let's Play. But like, look at that, look at that, look at that. I just love that lighting effect. Anyway, so we are placing some little like food and drink tables for the guests, and I do appreciate that the game does have, like, even if you don't have every single pack, like I myself, I think I have maybe like 3 or 4 packs. Like I only get them when they are on that 50% off, real talk. And even like just the base game still has a good amount of like centerpieces and stuff that you can use. So I actually didn't have like any problem having a variety of things to put on the table here. So using like those bowls of fruit, the dessert tables, the wine rack. I think I did a table where I only put wine on it. Like that's the table that I'm trying to sit by. If you want to have donuts and little cupcakes and stuff, sit by the dessert table. I'm going to be on the wine side. Who's joining me? So again, I'm trying to use like natural lighting. I wanted to use the proper floor lights because the Sims seem to be able to easily like just walk over them. But the game has so many options for like natural looking light that I just wanted to pick something a bit more interesting. So I ended up using the little light like candles. I think they came with like the restaurant pack. And like, look at them, they're so cute. I did not put any Sims in here yet to like, look at that, look at that. The little saucer one is just too bright and just modern looking, so we're gonna use the little light. But like I was saying, sorry, I haven't put in any Sims here to like test out to see if the light would block them from sitting or if they can step over it, because you know how dumb the Sims can be sometimes. But in the actual Let's Play, if the light is a problem, then you know we can take a few out so that people can sit. But really, like, there would not be any situation, not on Xbox anyway, where I play, where I would be able to fill up this arena at all. Unless I, like, I don't know, make it a park or something like that. But even then, how many Sims will really come to that? 10? So we're gonna have a party, we're gonna have a wedding or something to fill this place up, but we'll see. So I did let you know beforehand that my beautiful windows that I liked so much at the front of the building anyway were going to go away. Now, this is because the front of the building, I'm sure you noticed, and I'm sure those of you who actually build well maybe got even a little frustrated how flat the front of the building was. So I decided to use that that half hipping to give it a little more dimension in the front. So that meant that and look how stubborn I am about it too. I'm like, can I just like leave the unattached so that I could just have my windows behind it? Who's really going to be looking that closely? Oh, it's just me. Who cares? I can do whatever I want. No, girl, you have to attach the roof to the building or it's gonna look stupid. You're just gonna have a floating glass roof. What is this? So I had some inner turmoil, but I had to tell myself to just let it go. Let it go, let it go. No, that's not what we're doing. Wrong series. My bad. Yep. I'm sorry, you guys. So anyway, so I was able to keep a couple of panels from my window, but we had to just take an L on the roof. But look at that. Before I even put the glass in, it already looks so much better, right? You can see me staggering the roof so that it kind of like it's tapering in to look more like a pyramid, so it gives it a bit more dimension. And I'm pretty happy with that effect. Like, I just have to keep practicing like my use in general with building in The Sims, which was the point of this channel, and especially like with the roofs, like we're not good, okay? So, but it was another chance for me to use my glass roofing, which I love, that cascading print that happens, and I was able to use like that masonry, like that rocky wallpaper to still give the texture that I liked so much about the about those windows. So it was a sacrifice, but I'm still happy with being able to keep that texture. Well, it looks like this build is pretty much coming to an end. I'm just going to put some outdoor lights to draw in our customers and our spectators. I wanted to put out one of those like food carts, but they're not open all the time. And like I said, this will end up being primarily like a residential space because our character's going to be living here. So I didn't want just like, I don't know, a cart that's like covered in, what do you call it? I don't know, just like a tarp all the time. So here's the final walkthrough of the building. I'm gonna go away now. Please stay tuned for the updates for our Dance of the Elements series Let's Play by A and Deese. And thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the video. I'll talk to you soon.